Hello, and welcome to the Swole Initiative Network. You are watching the Fables of Gahlia, the correct way to start your weekend off. So thank you for being here nice and early. Before we jump into the game, which is the last game before we were all at Gen Con, we're going to give a shout out to some awesome brands that make this super easy for us to run, starting with Stacks.
Yes, Swole only roll with Norse Foundry's amazing gemstone and metal dice. Also, all of our featured music comes from the free library available on Apple Music and Spotify by the one and only Norse Foundry. Use the code SWOLE, SWOLE, to save 10% at norsefoundry.com.
Nice. Brent, what you got?
All right, you guys. It is time once again to give a special thank you and shout out to our next sponsor of the evening. Say it with me, Griffin Co. All of our 3D printed and custom terrain stuff that you see on our shows from Griffin Co. If you'd like to get in on this awesome if you would like to get in on this awesome action, just go on over to griffinco.com and use the promo code SWOLE22 at checkout, and you'll receive 22% off of your entire order. No cap.
I always forget into that.
I know. I'm like, how do I always forget now?
It has to happen every week, though.
Ashley, take us home.
Hi, okay, our fully custom player minis come from the awesome Hero Forge. Design yours today at heroforge.com.
Awesome. Other things, which I will, as always, attempt and fail to keep quick. We have a YouTube. We are trying to go for 1,000 subscribers because that's what you do on YouTube. If you feel so inclined, please go ahead and click the link and hit subscribe. It just helps us out a lot, and it's free. If you are not already following, then please consider clicking the follow button on Twitch. It is also super free and helps us out a ton and is very little energy expenditure for yourself. We do have a giveaway goal. We are 12 subs away. This is the penultimate stream. This is the penultimate stream of the month for this giveaway that we're running. So if we hit 35 subs, that's prime subs, gifted subs, if you feel so inclined, and regular subs, obviously. Regular subs. If we hit that, we will unleash the giveaway in whatever stream that we hit it in, and we are giving away a set of Dungeon Delve dice from Norse Foundry. Metal dice, they look really pretty, they've got really nice enameling on them and things, and the flat edge D4s that I keep talking about for too long. So please consider giving and helping us keep the lights on. Thank you so much. Other things, if you are a subscriber, you can roll along with the cast using !roll in the chat, and we also have flex points. Flex points can be found on the flexing arm in the bottom left-hand corner of your chat window. You get channel points from just being here and watching streams. You can accrue them, and you can spend 1,000 per player per stream to donate towards a flex point. Once 10 people donate towards one character, they will get a flex point, which has come in very handy a lot lately, especially last time. It just created some awesome narrative moments. It basically gives them a side door to the rule of cool to override some of the rules as written for dope moments. I don't know. Do I have anything else? I don't know.
We have a new overlay.
Oh, yes. You may have noticed that we do have a new overlay. I forgot because I'm not looking at it. It's over here. Yes. Diane, our pretty DM, has decided to leave the channel. Don't worry, everything's amicable. We wish her all the best with all of her future endeavors. But she had a lot of stuff going on outside of streaming, and so decided to take a step back. So we wish her all the luck. So if you want to get a little dose of Diane, make sure to follow her on Instagram and all of the other socials which you see her posting in and things, so you can keep up with her. But we love her, and we will miss her, especially her awesome characters from our games. So sad moment, but happy for her moving on and upwards with life.
And she is at the Pretty DM on all of those.
There. Thank you. Yeah, sweet. Okay. I think that's everything then. So I guess there's nothing left to do except roll the trailer and get ready for the next episode of the Fables of Gahlia. And welcome back. Stairs is hard, guys. Okay. So, last time on the Fables of Gahlia. Stop it.
It was the pose of it all and everything. You were so ready. You got me. Okay.
Last time in the Fables of Gahlia, we were mid-combat surrounding the Cathedral of Heliacal in an attempt to undo the settlement of Gnolls that had taken over the city of Heliacal from the people, heading in towards where you knew, two generals and the Flind himself were attempting to bring Yunogu to this plane. Upon getting inside, a hard battle was fought, and some lucky moments and lucky rolls with banishment and such, and a key stunning strike, pun intended, ended up turning the battle, and we are opening up the scene as Lost had taken a bow from a down Gnoll and used that to destroy one of the Druidite crystals, keeping the portal open, shattering it, and forcefully closing the portal, trapping Yunogu on the other side of the portal. which sent out this concussive blast of force energy, which knocked him unconscious. And so this is where we are picking up our story. So, what would you like to do? The two girls are still outside
Okay.
by the windows.
I just healed us a little bit, I think, right?
A little bit. Yeah.
Yes, I believe so.
Are you okay?
And
We
is
saw.
Lost still down, or did that healing get him up?
No, that was before that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna run over and get Lost, and I'm just gonna check on him, and then I'm gonna holler, Rose,
We should go.
Yes.
hurry, come.
We're
Lost
running.
is hurt.
I will survey everything as we walk around to the front because I don't know what's
Okay, so you're running in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not hard. Like you see, like as you walk in, like this powder of almost like very light snowfall of teal powder that you recognize from the mines is sort of falling from the sky, the interior of the cathedral, not the sky. And looking across, you see two flying monks and and also your friend Lost over to the right, near the downed Gnoll that was holding the two hostages.
Do I look like I dove into a cactus brush with all these little shards of blue druidite sticking out of me?
It was force. It was force damage.
Okay,
So
okay.
it was like a
just
concussive
knocked you
blast that hit
Okay.
you. Yeah.
Got it.
But let's say you're all weird.
Coyote, Wally Coyote.
I will run over to Lost and find my D8. Nope, that's not it. Oh no, I think I've lost it. Okay, hang on. I gotta look for it. Everybody wait while I find my healing things. Okay, I will go over to Lost and just kind of look around to make sure there's nothing else. Because again, I don't know what just happened for real, so I'm just making sure that everyone is alive.
Yep. I would say as you come in and you're sort of surveying everything as well, you feel your spell complete. Your banishment spell takes hold.
Good, because I was concentrating on that.
Yes.
Okay, I am going to cure wounds at the second level, and he's down, so it's going to be full. I didn't even need the dice. 16. That's going to be 21 heals.
Damn.
And I'm going to put my hold his face and be like, "Are you okay?"
I'm just I was frolicking in the woods naked with a bow and arrow, and it was fantastic. And I hold up my hand, and I'm still holding the bow. I'm like, what are you doing? Where am I? I'm a little confused. I think I took a big breathful of druidite on the blast, and I'm just like,
It seems as though every time I bring you back to us, you're not always excited about it.
no, I'm not. Everywhere is better than here.
Oh.
So far.
Are you sure everywhere is better than here?
Well, not everywhere, but everywhere I've gone when I've fallen.
Ah,
It's better than here.
that makes more sense.
Do we do it?
As
You did it.
From what I can tell, you closed the portal.
So we won.
Sounds like it. And I'll make gesture to the sounds of praise and excitement that are happening.
Yeah, you can hear like crowds cheering and things off in the distance, sort of muffled a little bit because you're inside this sort of empty building, but you can start to hear it. And as you look across the floor next to you, you see the downed armor of the Flind, and a very regular, normal-looking gnoll within it as it starts to decompose into that black goop that sinks in between the tiles and disappears.
I think this whole time, Adeline still hasn't entered the cathedral. Seeing all of the dust and stuff, she's just trying to look really focused on something on the doorway so as not to kind of like focus too much on it, because I think she's worried about the temptation and her own curiosity still about it. But she'll shout from the doorway, "Is everyone's all right?"
If we've won and there are no current threats, I'm just gonna lay here for a bit. And I just gotta lean back down and just rest.
Okay. I'm gonna go check on Adeline. If you need anything, let us know. And I'll just kind of...
Use a drink.
Where's your flask? Or your jug?
I reach out. I pull out the flask, and it's actually empty because I chugged it before I started the battle.
Yeah, you gave me some too. I apologize. Yeah. You know what? There's probably something around here.
Okay, I'll wait for the celebration afterwards. It's fine. I'll go back to sleep. Lie down. Yeah.
I will kind of struggle to get up because I'm not really doing great right now. And I will like go back out to where I see Adeline is.
Do you think this is real wood? This is like oak or something, I think. Probably.
I'll examine what she's looking at.
It's stone.
It's a wood.
I
don't think it's wood.
You're still looking. You're still looking for that symbol that I set off. I think they're all gone now. Isn't that what you're doing? That emblem when I tried to come into the cathedral, it exploded.
Well, like lift
and hurt
warning.
everybody except for you.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's all gone, right? That's what you're looking for, right?
Yep.
Insight check.
No.
And I also
There you
rolled
go.
a 20.
Oh, and then Adeline, you can roll perception, not perception, persuasion, or deception.
I think
tell me which.
very appropriately, I rolled a 3, plus I think 4, but 7 I don't think is gonna do it. No, Adeline is like averting her eyes from anywhere but inside the cathedral. Like, I don't think she's met eyes with anyone who's inside yet. She's just kind of like focused anywhere else.
Let's take a little walk out here in the courtyard.
Yes, out, yes.
I can hear people cheering, so maybe we can cheer with them.
Yes. We did. We did it. I'm still worried though about the stones. They could still be those didn't get destroyed. It's just like the portal between them, right?
One.
Or did
Oh, the one obelisk was destroyed. The other
Okay.
one remains.
I'm just. We have to make sure that all of this, all of it, is accounted for.
I agree. And perhaps we suggest they destroy the other one. Which reminds
Or
me.
transport it to somewhere safe. Perhaps.
I'm sure there's ways to transport the druidite safely without being inflicted.
I worry that our enemies know so much more about it than we do. And I am worried that to discover more, it would I don't want to be tempted again.
I know.
But Rose, I can't shake this curiosity. I have to know how they're using it, how it's working, what it's doing to rip these portals. We have to understand, and I have to understand how it all works if we're ever going to face them, if we're ever going to beat them at their game. But what if I'm not strong enough?
To be perfectly honest, I don't think you are right now. But you don't have to win right now. We can work together, figure out all the questions that you have. And there's lots of good people that are very knowledgeable that can help us.
Could you collect a bit of it?
Sure.
Don't tell me what it's in.
I will. Are you okay if I leave you here for a moment?
Yes, I'm great. I'm fine. I'm tickety-boo even.
Okay. I would normally leave Poppy with you, but there's a good chance that she's not living right this moment, so we're gonna just put her bones in my pocket and hobble back into the cathedral. I have a jar of the dust already in my possession. Or do I?
You have a small vial that had a healing potion in it, and then you scraped some dust into it.
But someone used the potion. I didn't toss it.
You could put it in my flask. Nobody's
And when
gonna
you
touch
take a
that.
drink from a vestibule, all of the liquid always exits the vestibule.
So we have... Okay, good.
Just putting that out there.
Cool. We have... Okay. I will... I mean... No. So what I'm going to do is I've got like a pouch. And I'm going to fill the pouch with both shards and dust if I can get both.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tie up the pouch. And I'm going to put it on my hip. Not in the bag of holding.
Okay. Yeah, so there's not really shards so much as like that explosion is what sort of powdered it. And so you can collect, like you can spend sort of 10 minutes collecting enough of that up to have like a small batch of it in that pouch.
I am going to use maybe like a large dead leaf or something. I'm not going to put my hands all in it, is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to use something to scoop it into the pouch.
Suck it up with your mouth and blow
Like
it
a
in.
straw.
I didn't touch it with my hands. Yeah, I mean, yes, like you would find something around to be able to do that.
I think I hear Rose doing this, and I just kind of peek an eye open, and I go, "Good idea. That stuff's probably worth a lot of money in the black market."
That's exactly why I'm collecting it.
Rose,
It's probably worth a lot of money on the black market.
Probably.
For reals, I'm not joking.
It's true.
Power.
how are you feeling? Are you okay?
I'm better than most present company, I would assume.
Yeah, you pulled out some pretty clutch moments.
I just fell back on old tactics, I believe. How about yourself? Are you doing well?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. That was
As you say you're doing all right, I assume you would have landed by now because your wings only last a minute. So,
right.
As you say that, you look over your shoulder, and through the doorway, you see a mother sort of bent over and holding on to her daughter outside, making sure that she's okay and kind of just embracing.
Excuse me for a second. I need to check on somebody, and I will walk maybe a little faster than just a walk. You know, I won't run or sprint, but I am gonna kind of just do a quick, like, you know, step over there.
Like a
Out
canter.
there. Yeah, just kind of a little jog, and I will. When I get over there to them, I'm gonna kneel down and I'm gonna wrap my arms, you know, kind of around them and just. I just wanted to make sure you was okay.
As you open your arms to kind of take them in, both of them turn to you and just wrap themselves around your torso. You don't even get to put your arms around them. They just on your side, and they are bawling. They're just so relieved, and also this is like the other side of adrenaline and a brush with near death.
I'm sorry that you were put in that position. I'm sorry for what these evil monsters did to your city, to the people living here, and to you.
The mother, like, pushes back and looks up to you and wipes the tears from her eyes and says, "You don't ever have to apologize for things that you are not responsible for."
I feel like if we would have come here sooner, or if we would have acted sooner, we knew something like this was coming. We encountered them. We should have done more. The death and destruction, it's too much.
But look what you have done. As she kind of gestures towards, you can see, like, in the distance, there are like regular people just kind of hugging each other and laughing, and kind of consoling one another in this aftermath of citywide combat. You did this. That's what you're responsible for. You can't be responsible for the actions of other people.
No, I can't. You're right.
And if you go around with the weight of other people's actions on your shoulders, that must be a very hard way to live.
It can be.
But thank you so much.
I'm so sorry. What are your names?
Yes.
Sorry, DM.
Always.
Yes. I am Alda, and this is Lucy. As you kind of take in their form right now, you're looking at like a sort of classic high sun elf woman with sort of long pointed ears and that sort of golden hue to the skin, and then the girl that is hugging at her leg has slightly shorter ears and a sort of more pinky tone to the skin.
I'm Kaya. And all of my friends here, we met each other on the road many weeks ago, and we've become a family. And it's kind of silly, but we call ourselves the Army of Fate. And I'm glad that fate brought us here when it did. And I will accept that we couldn't have been here sooner and that we arrived when we were supposed to. And I'm just glad that you're okay.
We're also glad that you came when you did.
So do you have a place to stay, a home?
Yes. In fact, we should probably try and meet up with my husband further into the city.
Is he? That's just silly and personal. I just wanted to make. I'm glad to hear he's okay.
Yes. Well, I hope so. He was fighting in the resistance. But anyway, you should probably get back to your friends, family.
And you'll be okay. You'll be okay to make it back home and to meet up. Oh, you will. Okay, Lucy. I'm glad that I got to know you, even for just a few moments.
And she, like hugging her mother's leg, she kind of pulls her face away from her like pant leg, and you see kind of just half of like little outside of one eye, and she smiles and then buries her face again.
And I will hug them one more time and then stand up. Be safe.
You too. And they start making their way back to the city.
I'm gonna encourage everyone to kind of gather together, at least within 30 feet of me. I'm gonna cast Beacon of Hope. And then I'm going to heal everyone for just a second. Uh, 14.
Oh, nice. I think in the time outside in front, kind of watching Kaya have this moment with them, and then kind of at Rose's call, Adeline will kind of like not wanting to like infringe on Kaya's moment, and also wanting to kind of like face her whatever she's gonna step into the cathedral, and kind of just look up so that like she's feeling the crunch of the dust and kind of wincing at it a little bit, but like she's trying not to really focus on it. But she does want to approach where the portal was.
Okay. You walk through the cathedral slowly, minding your step as you do. The sort of the powder that had fallen is almost like a very small but fresh snow. So it has that little crunch to it, but not like you're snapping anything, just like it's moving. As you make your way towards where the altar would be in the cathedral, and you see one sort of empty pedestal to your left, and then across the way to your right stands a large, although fairly dull, not glowing, obelisk of Druidite.
Is there any... She wants to investigate to see if there's any, like, sigils or markings or scorch marks, any physical evidence left over of like a spell being cast or even broken, for like anything that can kind of help her glean maybe like information about how this portal was created.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
But to like nail it, I'm gonna need a 20 or more.
Okay. So that means I have to roll...
There's a sliding scale from that, but...
Okay. I have to roll a 13 or higher to get it. I rolled a 16! So 16 plus 7. 23?
So walking up to that area, which is intimidating at best, knowing that there was what you know to be a demon lord trying to pull his way into the plane. You stand beneath, maybe 10 feet overhead is where the bottom of that portal was, and you go to your studious mind. You start to take in everything, looking at little glints, thinking about your own interaction with Druidite, but managing to shut that side of your mind off and just focus on the facts. It seems like the best that you can derive from this, given that the spell was cast some time ago, is that it was almost like a lower, not a particularly high level sort of portal spell that they had used the obelisks in order to enhance.
Okay.
And you remember the Chaos Bolt that you cast that was directly influenced by the Druidite dust. and you recognize that if you can get it to work in the way that you want, you can exaggerate greatly the effects of magic, but it is in a chaotic fashion.
I think she's studying everything, she's looking, she's scouring, and she's like trying to avoid contact with the floor, but then eventually her eyes land on it. And I think she can't help but scan for any large remnants.
Yeah, you don't look. The only large remnant is the obelisk to your right.
So it's okay.
Everything else is just like when you destroyed the crystal in the mine. It just sort of detonates into this powder, and you like thinking about it. You're like, that makes sense given the amount of innate, just raw magic inside it. If that casing is broken, it's just catastrophic.
Roz will kind of like walk up slowly behind Adeline. Were you able to figure anything out?
She definitely jumps. Like you caught her doing something. Yes, pretty standard portal stuff. Well, as standard as interdimensional, transport could be. But the stone magnifies it to a degree that, well, I would love to run the numbers on it to have an exact figure, but especially the presence of both of them, I'm not sure if they were able to make the spell reach further, open the doorway longer. I'm not sure. Perhaps both. I don't think that. I guess I don't know, but with the one destroyed, it would take a great deal of power to rip that kind of hole again. I do want to do some further research.
Are you all right?
Yes, I feel completely normal, really. Surprisingly so. Don't I seem it?
Yes, surprisingly so, Adeline. I'm going to go check to make sure there's no other hidden compartments in here. I'll be back shortly.
All right. I'll be here. And she's going to watch him turn around. And as soon as there are no eyes on her, she does want to take a bit of the dust.
I've been watching the whole time. I don't know. Just wanna. I'm not like next to you, but I'm definitely.
I think I'm probably watching too.
I would feel like I would have come back in and sat down with the Lost.
but I'm watching with curiosity. Like, is she going to do it? Is she going to do it?
Give me a sleight of hand against I would say passive perception.
Ugh, okay. Because I think, and the way I'd like to picture it doing is she like, well, I guess we'll see if it works. Well, regardless, she's gonna like knock off her own glasses and then have to like
all over your face.
well, but she's gonna have and then have to like drop something first. She has to like grab it. Okay. That dice, that was
the dump your face into it, Tony Montana style. Come back up with your glasses on. Drop my glasses.
I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20
against passive perception.
Yep.
I don't notice anything.
I have a 23 in passive.
Oh. Yeah. Rosie would catch it.
I'm not
She
gonna
just like stands up with her glasses and then like puts her hand really quickly in her vest pocket, and she's just like pinched a handful of it and shoved it in there as she turns around and fixes herself back right. And
Yeah, I would say that you would probably catch something, and you think there's something up, because those are really close together. Those rolls. So yeah.
I'm not gonna like do anything. I'm just gonna keep it right here for now.
Also, welcome in Half Common Games. Thank you for the
Hello.
raid.
Welcome, Raiders.
Yay!
Cool. Rhapsody, are you actually going looking for things?
Yes, just a quick scour. Mostly using eye for detail to see if there's any like hidden compartments within the cathedral or any other areas that would be alarming or kind of standing out of what the building is itself. And then if there's nothing, I'll come back to meet up with the others.
Yeah, I mean, you can take your time over, like even without a roll, just going around. You find sort of bookshelves with texts that talk about Coralon. Like, you probably don't stop to read those, but searching around the area, nothing seems up.
Taking that into account, while he's kind of like intermingling through the corridors, he will like hold the hilt of his dagger and see if the message that's in it disappears. And then, regardless, he'll circle back and kind of come to join the party.
We use sending a message. Remind
Just scrolled up peach of parchment in the hilt of the dagger. See if that portion vanishes.
Got it. So are you opening it up to see, like, if...
Oh, yeah, if I have to open it.
Okay, yeah. So you open it up and unroll the parchment, and it is blank.
I'll take a moment to scribble something down,
Mm-hmm.
roll it back up, attach to the gem, and then head back to meet with the others.
Yep. As you attach the gem with that intent in mind, the gem gives a slight thrum, akin to when you felt a message come back.
Okay.
Adeline, as you're over by the obelisk, as you sort of, I imagine you sort of taking in all the information, so you're turning back to the party. As you do turn across and catch the like overbearing body of this obelisk of Druidite, it has turned to a sort of dark, almost like it is like a dark teal color, but in the very, very center there is a very, very light sort of glow in the center. And whereas you have seen Druidite that is sort of pulsing or vibrant, yeah. Give me another Arcana check.
Okay. This dice is so nice to me tonight. 24.
24. Yeah, it almost seems like it had been drained. Maybe the innate magic is expendable, finite.
Ooh.
Interesting. Perhaps we should destroy this. Or I'd like to do further study, but I don't know who to trust. Normally, of course, I'd call the institute, but I don't know who to trust there.
I think Kai is walking back in from meeting with Alda and Lucy at this point. What do you want to destroy?
This stone. I look at it. Look at how dull it is. Do you remember the luster and the caves? Do you remember the glow of it when it was full of magic? I mean, this is. I think it's used up. I don't know. But perhaps it comes back. Perhaps you can use it and it recharges like a. Or perhaps you just use it up. But
You're talking about.
Put it under observation. Maybe we can send it back with the army to take to what's our friend's name? There in the library?
Well, I think that's. No, you mean back to Horbalda, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think
Midas?
they probably. I mean, I know that, they probably at least have some working knowledge of it. He's the one who, cured you of your addiction, right?
Yes, cured. And I think that he would.
Well, I mean, he said you were cured as long as you don't expose yourself to it needlessly and try to use it again.
Exactly, she says, standing in a room full of teal dust.
Well, considering maybe we should step outside.
Yes.
I mean, I don't mean to presume. You can do what you want. I'm just maybe
you.
just to avoid the temptation.
No temptation. I'm quite all right. I do think that it's worth arranging transport for this. Yes, I think back to Horbalda, back to the leadership there. I think they are our only, well, not our only, but our closest allies at this point, and I think we could trust them not to use it for ill.
Well, I mean, that this city has been mining it, and that's why I think the Gnolls attacked here. Is because they had a large store of it already.
Yes, at the Athenium. I'll be curious to see if it's fully depleted. I don't think it poses any danger now. See, and she'll go and she's gonna put her hand against it.
Maybe that's not the best idea.
I feel nothing.
Inside check.
I'm dead inside. As you as you put your hand against the obelisk, there's no familiar warmth. You don't feel anything sort of reaching through the outer casing, trying to like osmosis kind of enter your body. It's cold, like thick glass.
Yes.
Well, just because you don't feel anything, I mean, if you probably tried to use it to cast a spell and channel your magic through it, it might do something. So don't do that.
From the ground, I don't move or I don't open my eyes, but I just go, it'd still be worth a lot of money in the underworld. cut as it is. I mean, of lower potency. Nobody will ever know. We can make a lot of money.
He's awake. What is he doing?
But think of the information we could glean if we put it under study.
Yeah, but we definitely don't want to send it to the magic place where you're from, because I mean, we don't know who to trust there.
Not yet. I mean, my family, I trust
Right,
them, but also they're not necessarily. This isn't quite their area of expertise.
But even even if it was their area of expertise, would they be able to maintain control over it and make sure that no one corrupt came into control of it?
I mean, yes, that's the question. Hence, I think it goes to Habolda. Perhaps we should go find our allies and speak to them and congratulate them on the victory. I assume they're still partying. Do you hear it?
And Lost, if you're still listening, I don't think we should try to sell it, because whoever we sell it to on the underworld, even in its weakened state, I'm sure they would pay a very, very high price. But those are just the kind of people we don't want to get control over it, right?
Money is healing potions. Lots of healing potions.
Yeah, that is a good point. I think, maybe I was gonna say something, but we can't take advantage of the people here who have been devastated. We can't ask them to compensate us, and we certainly can't. I mean, if they compensated us, we would have to turn around and compensate these wonderful warriors from Horbalder for coming to our aid.
We didn't do this for payment.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. That would be terrible. I wasn't insinuating we should. I was arguing against it.
It does bring into question how is anyone to make a lifestyle out of this? Like, it's not like you see career liberators. It's not like there's a lot of money in the game. It's not really supportive, is it?
Well, I think that there are. I mean, you've seen we have made a living that kept us afloat. It's outfitted us in better armor and better equipment as we've traveled. I think eventually we'll get even better. And I think we're always improving our lifestyle, but we also have to, I think we have to help those in need, even if we don't expect them to be able to pay us. Obviously, we've done that here, but we are able to support ourselves, and that's all we need, is to be able to support ourselves. I don't ever expect us to be rich. That's not my goal.
Then I think you're in the right line of work.
I hope so. Because, I mean, my ultimate goal is obviously to find my mom and my sister.
Right.
I don't know about you folks, but I have debts to pay. And unpaid bar tabs, and I would like a new wagon.
Rose, what is his tally?
I might have to pay Thena too. She's working on my spiked chain.
Oh, yes. We should go see how they've fared.
Absolutely. Maybe we should head back to the forge, and maybe that's some sort of gathering meeting place, or maybe.
I think we just follow the sound.
Well, I think everyone's going to be celebrating across the city, but maybe we should look for the loudest part. That makes sense.
I think we do that,
As we make our way out of this place, I will walk up to Adeline. You good?
Yes. Yes. Very
I know.
good.
I was thinking, and your pre-exposure to this druidite, I mean, that may be the key to unlocking the answers that we need. You know what it does. You know how it can corrupt. And we now know that when it's multiplied in such a way, it can do unspeakable things. And while that might be a bit of trial and error, I would call it fate. But I also wanted to say that I'm really proud of you. That couldn't have been easy. To be in there like that. I've watched you struggle. You've done really well.
Thank you.
And you have all of us here behind you.
I know. I know. I am intrigued to find out how we can employ it properly. I don't think I did it right the last time.
Right.
And maybe that was the problem. Maybe there's a safe way to do it.
Right. And honestly, someone's opening portals at different times and causing great problems. And if we could figure a way to reverse that,
Yes.
that would be the key.
Absolutely. I think we have to work backwards in a way, find out what they're doing, recreate in a way, in order to deconstruct it. It's an area that I have quite a lot of interest in. This interdimensional travel and pathways. I mean, it's fascinating, isn't it?
I mean, yes.
And we're seeing it happen so often. I think it would be useful to know.
It also seems very dangerous.
Yes. Well, I guess you never know what could come through.
Right. In the hands of those who don't know what they're doing or do know what they're doing.
Do you think that there's ever a good... Do you think that anything would ever want to come through to do good? To help?
Well, potentially. I don't know if it's connected. But Eastus, she came, she pulled Lily out of the depths, out of the grasp of the Raven Queen. And I don't know if it was that same kind of power that allowed her to do that. But if it is, that's God-level power
Yes.
that none of us have any business having control of.
Well, I mean, right, of course. Who would want to meddle in the business of the gods? Their kind of magic. I mean, but the fact that they're able to do it means it is possible. And God, isn't that just so fascinating?
It is. But that's something I've learned about the divine. They don't like to share with everyone. And they do love their devotion.
But just as Eastus chose you, they are known to bestow gifts
Yes.
on those that they choose to provide to.
Yes.
Yes.
So maybe that's the key.
Maybe it is.
I like where we're going with this.
Me too.
I sit up and I go, I came through a portal. Does that make me godly? I think it does. And I take my stretch.
I would argue that you are something good that came through a portal.
I would argue that it's your is it an ability? Your ability to drink more than your weight and still be living, which is almost godlike.
It's true.
God of celebration. I like that. God of
God of
wine. God of
inebriation.
celebration. Yes. You think that would make a good title?
God of inebriation, is that what you said?
Inebriation. Celebration.
Oh.
God of wines.
I
God
know.
of the white claw.
Oh, that's really catchy. I like that.
I like it.
I love
It like has a very light and refreshing vibe to it almost.
Yes.
Yes.
Effervescent.
Does that mean bubbly?
Yes.
In several senses of the word, I suppose you could call it something akin to bubbly.
All right. Where are we off to now? And
The celebration.
Do we lock this room up? I mean, do we leave this obelisk here just for anybody to access?
I don't think it's of much use to anyone. It's largely inert, and I think that we can trust those in the city. I don't think anyone's going to be able to transport it without us knowing. I think we'll see a giant cart or, some behemoth lift it up.
Powder.
Can you? I can't remember. Like, Alan, is it you can do something with a spell that cleans things?
Oh, this? And she'll prestidigitation a little circle around her and see, does it clear up the dust?
Yeah.
Maybe you could like do that, but like clean up all the dust and put it in one spot, so that it. And we could.
It does a 10-foot radius around me somehow.
But wouldn't it make it go away, like disappear?
Yeah, this isn't destroying it. It's kind of just moving it away from that area.
Oh,
Yeah, just kind of put it all in one place so that, maybe we could destroy it. Like, I don't know.
I will.
You're asking me to sweep.
I'll,
No, we're asking you
Magically
to
sweet.
demonstrate your prowess with your mouth.
Right, but you're asking me to use my prowess in magic to sweep.
Never mind, and I'll just go looking in a closet for a broom.
I mean, if that's what you really want to do, eventually you would find some cleaning pieces.
Okay.
I thought I could use thaumaturgy to make like a gust of wind, but it doesn't, so never mind.
I think it will be. Or we could always lock the cathedral if we really want to. Chain it up so no one else can come in here.
That's probably a good idea.
Lost, you have like chains and locks and stuff, don't you? I just assume you have like those kinds of
Losh just has a raised eyebrow. You assume what?
we just really need to like bind it, just like something
I
to.
have some rope.
I've got to get some more rope.
Where
I
the-
think I lost the last of my rope.
Evil, just we could just tell people evil magics were occurring here. You know, I mean, this is where the Flynn and the Necromancer.
Maybe we
Spread the
find Athena and tell her. She'll know what to do.
Are there handles on the doors?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna pick up. Somebody had a weapon, like a stick or a rod or something, right? One of the bad guys.
Yeah, I mean, there's bows around the
Okay.
place, or you
Sure.
could take one of the spike ball and chains.
Yeah. So I'm gonna through the handles, just kind of like jam, like
Well-
damn it, my microphone. Jam the door to where you can't be like pulled or. Obviously, don't come in here. I mean, somebody could probably move
before
the
we-
thing out
On the outside.
on the
door.
outside.
Okay, cool. I was wondering how you were gonna get out.
No, no, no.
You all are locked in
On the
here with
outside,
me.
just like don't go in there. You know.
Before we leave, though, are there any of the weapons or anything that look like they might be valuable or something? I want to try to find something valuable for Lost.
I mean, you can skim over them. There's nothing really of interest.
The only really valuable one that we wouldn't have been able to use anyway would have been the one that went through the portal.
It's not really my
Yeah.
style.
Yeah. All right. So I'll pick up some sort of. I'll pick up one of the short swords and then I'll walk over to Lost and it's like, I mean, here, maybe you can get some money for it. It looks nice. I think it has like a gem in the handle.
Does it?
Making sure.
Wait, I think it fell out. Never mind. Okay.
It's Kaya. I think you would be great as a food critic, but not as a weapons dealer.
You're right. I have some pretty basic weapons that I use, but I'm better without them, it turns out.
You know, don't we have an immovable rod?
Did we get one? I definitely voted for us to get one, but I think we got the boat.
No, we don't. We don't.
instead.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
You got the boat.
We got
Have
the
the
yeah.
boat. No, I don't think
You
we've
have a
ever been
rod.
offered one. I don't think there's ever been one for us
Oh,
to
okay.
take. I would have.
It's my
'cause that's
all-time
my
favorite.
Just
That's my
lock the door
favorite D&D
permanently.
inventory.
Same.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So, plan is to go into the city,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And catch up with the celebrations and things.
We're gonna walk towards the celebration in slow mo with the wind blowing like we just did the shit.
That's it.
The sabotage
Just-
playing in the
Just
background.
silhouettes of you walking in a line towards the city, and then right on the beat of the music as you're walking away, you all jump up and power fist into the air, and freeze frame, close, roll credits. And you can come into the Fables of Gahlia. That is
We
it.
won D&D.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, so after a little while of walking and or licking your wounds, you do come into the city proper again. There's just celebration everywhere. People are running around, like people are obviously being cared for in the streets as well, like that were injured and such, but everyone seems okay. There's all these sort of dwarven soldiers helping the sort of regular folk from the resistance and things. It's like beautiful to see all of these different kind of people mixing towards this common goal and celebrating together. Especially with the city of Horbolder, which is known for being pretty closed off from a lot of different cultures. But yeah, after a little while, you would see a familiar tall, well-muscled sun elf lady with the dwarven rune tattoos down her arms. You see Thena as she's kind of patting someone else on the back and laughing, and turns and locks eyes with you guys. It's like, we did it!
We did!
We did.
You did!
Oh, no, you did a lot.
How is everyone? Is everyone all right?
I think so. And she kind of points, and there's Fernando off to the side, sort of gesturing wildly and telling like whoever is around him about how heroic he was and how brave he was.
Is there
You
a
can
splash
see-
zone? Like,
Yes, you're outside of it. Yeah, you see there is Antonio and Diego sort of sat on steps outside of another building, just smiling and laughing and interacting with like other people on the street. And you see Ayla walking through, head held pretty high. And everyone starts to turn and applaud and cheer as they walk through the crowds, and they're just kind of like, stop, but kind of enjoying it at the same time, and walks to meet with you and Ayla, you and Thena, sorry. We won.
that you did.
You did.
How are you feeling?
I was what they needed to be. Thank you.
As long as part of who you are is in there too.
Yeah. I feel like we met like a happy medium somewhere in there.
Who doesn't love a 50-50 mix? That's great.
And they go on to ask, so they're all gone?
They are.
Oh yeah.
I do think we should organize a deep sweep of the city just to be certain. Find any stragglers,
But all of the ones that you guys went after, they're all gone.
They're gone.
they are gone. Yes.
Wow. We have a city.
You
We
have your city back.
have a city. We don't have anyone in
And,
charge.
Well, they do always say the best leaders are the most reluctant ones. So
Well, didn't you say that before all this, the leadership of the city was kind of corrupt?
Oh, I mean, yeah, with all the fighting pits and what have you.
Well, maybe you should help organize a new leadership.
but
That
maybe
isn't
keep the
corrupt.
fighting pits. That sounds so sick.
Well, not if
Not if they're
Thena-
gone.
they're
Tina's face
staying.
kind of drops a little bit.
Oh, they weren't. Sorry, I don't really know what that is, but it sounds cool. I'll shut up. I don't know.
I don't
You
think it
remember in that moment seeing her that the chained heavy glaive that is wielded by Lost is made of the chains of
Which
bone
reminds
threads.
me, I
right.
just
Oh,
I kind of twirl it in my hand and I slam it on the ground. And I go, this is a fairly impressive weapon, although not as elegant as a Shadowkai spike chain. It was impressive, and I hand her back the weapon.
You got pretty good with that.
You should have seen him.
It was just 5 generals, and we just managed to face off and push a demon lord back into the other portal. But that's no thing. It's
Wait, what?
There was a lot that happened.
but the portal is completely inert now. There's no threats of that. There is a matter of some residual magical items, but I think those should go under further study, either under Fernando or if you are amenable to it being taken to Holbolda for study. Either way, there is some allocation that needs to be done, clean up at the cathedral.
And it's not to be touched with the bare hands. It is
Well, I mean,
dangerous.
one of the crystals is. You remember in the cathedral, like the back wall. Yeah, it's about as tall as that. And there was another one, and in between them they had opened a portal, and they were trying to bring Yinagu through. And Lost, hero that he is, grabbed one of the bows from one of the fallen evil assholes and destroyed one of the crystals, because there were 2, and he destroyed one with the bow, and it shattered, and it almost killed him.
sacrificing life and limb.
It
Took on
almost
this
killed him.
blast that nearly killed me.
and Yinagu went back through. I was hoping that maybe when it closed, like half of Yinagu, it would have done that whole split.
And very
It didn't
important,
do that.
we need to make sure the spelling is correct for Inagu, the demon lord. In case anybody's taking an account or sharing the story or keeping records, make sure that's spelled correctly. Inagu. I can't spell that. No.
And Lostaroth, the Brave.
Yeah. Lostaroth, god of the White Claw.
I mean,
Yes.
I think that's just.
No.
I don't.
We
That
don't
might
really
be,
need to
that
get
might be
into
misleading.
Okay.
the details of the retelling. I'm sure there will be plenty of time during the revelry for you to tell the tale of your.
Victory.
You deserve it this time, Lostroth. You actually really do. But
Actually, I think we all do. I mean, I'm not trying to say that I do, but honestly, all of us, we couldn't have done it without, if even a single one of us was not there
We all
today.
deserve it. Yeah.
But
We
but
did.
Lostaroth did.
We all deserve credit and should.
I didn't
and
mean to say
coin-
that for
coin
credit.
if there
I
were
didn't-
any
no.
coin available. Not that saying that we're asking for any coin, but it was very. It was an undertaking. It was not.
So wait, the crystals did not reside from here originally.
Didn't they?
they did. They were in the Athenium. Correct.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
that,
that is what Fernando said.
but they were mined from somewhere else.
Were they?
I mean, I imagine so. There's no mines
Right.
here,
Do
Do we know where?
but they could. I have no idea how long they've been there.
do any of the previous maybe city council or guild masters or anyone that might have knowledge of how long they were here and what they were being used for?
I mean, that would probably be some of the librarians at the Athenaeum.
Or Fernando?
Maybe start with him. I don't know how many others are still with us.
You know, but you know, I'm sorry, I don't mean to change the subject. I was saying earlier that you could reorganize a new way of guiding the city, and maybe not necessarily just isolating power with one or two or a few extremely wealthy people at the top. Maybe some sort of rotating elected position, or I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Something that so that the little people, and I don't mean little people, but I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Something that's so that people aren't left out or taken advantage of or treated poorly or enslaved or, you know, things like that.
I think they'll figure it out.
Yes. I trust that that's not your intention to.
I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying that maybe you could help guide that, because now you have the opportunity to start over with the city.
Is there anything more that you need from us?
Kaya, I think you're a better weapons dealer than a political advisor.
You know, that I don't know that was a compliment. Because you already said I was a terrible weapons dealer. You know, oh, I see. You know what? Just forget everything I said. Y'all do what you want to do. But, yeah.
Athena and Ayla just kind of stand there looking completely bemused by everything.
That was
just
a lot.
The verbal vomit that was happening.
It was a demon came through. We'd like to get paid. We're not going to ask you how. Hey, don't enslave people.
Hey, just kidding. Unless you're serious.
Raj, you've got to like kick me or something when I start talking. I'm trying to stop.
I've been stepping on your foot for 10 minutes and nothing's happened.
You know that my back claw on my right foot, I don't have any feeling in that.
I know that now.
Not since the incident.
Right.
Tell us about the incident.
Well, do you remember when we were? You remember when we were coming down the hill and the salt and old Mr. Salty, and well, when the wheel collapsed and we were changing it. Well, the trailer landed on my back claw on my right leg, and it's kind of, I haven't had feeling in it since then, and so that's why I didn't feel you kicking me, or stepping on me. You just nudge me.
I'm literally kicking you in the shin right now. Do you feel it?
Oh, I thought you were just like practicing. Never mind.
What's your strength score?
Minus.
Give me the number.
+0, 11.
That's 11. Okay. So you feel like a tap, like it's.
She's like.
Oh. So you were doing that again. That was what you were doing. Fine.
Yeah.
You know what?
So moving on. Yeah, all that bad stuff that you mentioned, that's not really top of my list of things to do.
Great.
But, no, we'll we'll continue to toss ideas around. You know, we'll come up with something.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but make
But
sure.
back to my question. Is there
Yeah,
anything else that you would need from us?
No, but I hope that you would come back tonight because we are throwing a huge, almost citywide celebration.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
And I would be remiss if I did not invite you.
Where?
Kind of gesture around.
Oh, citywide. I thought you meant. Well, where do we meet you? You should come back.
We're here.
I can meet you at the forge.
Okay.
Ah, I like that place.
Perhaps we should take a bit of a breather for a second. I think not all of my ribs are there. Can
Your
you
ribs?
lose a rib? Is it possible?
It might be broken.
Ah, that could do it. Really, it hurts to breathe.
Yeah, that might
Oh.
be.
That's terrible.
Yeah, you should probably take care of your friend. We have some scouting to do around just double checking everything, but everything seems good here.
The only places that we've been are the forge, your hideout, and like a little hideout with the whole town. Is there somewhere we can go to have a rest?
Like actual lodging?
I mean, I understand that there might not be like an inn that's operating right now because of everything.
Yeah, not so much. I mean, there are plenty of houses and things that are not occupied.
So just pop into a random house.
Yeah,
All right.
like I said, we're kind of just figuring things out right now.
We won't make ourselves one of your problems. We can take care of ourselves. We'll see you tonight.
I appreciate that.
Y'all know there was a house I remember seeing right next door to Fernando's home. I mean, not Fernando's home, but
Diego?
Diego's.
No, Diego
yes,
and
Antonio.
Antonio. When we rescued him.
I mean,
That
if you
night.
don't want to jump into a random house, you could always speak to them and see about going to their house. Just a suggestion. Like
Yep.
you
It's a bit of a
you
crime
can-
scene.
guys do you.
Great. Yes, we will
We'll
figure it out. And she's gonna pull up Fantasy Zillow and find one that has 5 bedrooms in it.
Athena, do you live in the forge?
Well, not in the forge itself,
Well, I didn't mean in the fire. I mean,
but yes, I have a dwelling there.
it's an amazing place. I felt a warmth when we were there.
Yes, the forge burns hot.
That might be. You know, I'm not usually. I'm usually. I can pick up on things like that, but today I'm kind of out of it. It's been a rough couple of days.
It has.
I think I might have hit my head one too many times.
Seems that way. You should probably take a rest.
Take a rest.
Adeline just puts her hands on his shoulders and like spins him away from the rest of the group as we're just gonna
Let's go have a sit down. We'll
Yes,
see you
yes.
tonight.
Come along, Grandpa.
I'm gonna lean back to them. For what it's worth, every goodbye we've ever had has been this awkward or worse. So, we'll see you later.
I see. It's like you make a connection with someone, you find it hard to say goodbye to them.
Or we're just really awkward people.
Awkward people. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we can
Talking is not
kick
our-
some major ass, so that we have
Yes.
going for us. We'll see you later.
Adeline,
Yes.
okay, I get the picture. Yeah, I think I understand what's going on. You know, I feel like, in one sense, that I'm feeling more like myself again.
You seem like it.
I still feel like an emptiness, but I'm feeling.
I think everyone feels that, you know, like at your core that you're empty and hollow and just there's no feeling there. Like, I think everyone has that though, right?
No.
Oh.
More than others.
Oh.
We might have to unpack that at another time.
All right. I'm
But
sorry, guys.
You do
Let's go.
seem like your old self, and I'm
It's
glad
nice.
you're back.
Yeah.
Yes, much prefer this over the decapitation Kaya.
Yes. The blood.
I
So
mean-
that one does come with better accessories.
You know, I mean, I still
Severed head.
feel like, I still feel like there might be times that decapitation is called for, right?
Maybe.
Not unless you're a coroner or something.
Why wouldn't it be a good idea if decapitation is the best way to deal with, like, let's just say a gnoll, like, that people thought were dead and we've been walking by it and all of a sudden it popped up from behind a house and it stuck his head out, and the best way to deal with it would be for me to pull
You're
the
right.
sword and
You
chop
are
its head
right.
off, because that was
Yes.
the best angle.
I think in that case, absolutely, Kaya, absolutely. And she's just pushing him through the door of a house that looks big.
As it gets quieter and quieter as you get further into the house, and so you guys descend upon a dwelling of some sort that seems to have been somewhat sort of derelict and abandoned for a while. You guys find rooms. It's not a 5-bedroom house. You are in the inner city. Let's be real. It's like, at best, it's like a studio. Probably way overpriced. But you're able to find your own spaces and things and kind of decompress for a moment. And as we go into that's where we're going to take our 10-minute break. Yeah. Always good to have a good decompression episode after like multiple strenuous episodes in a row. Yes, please stick around. We will be back in 10 minutes with the conclusion of our final pre-Gen Con show. So stick around, guys. And welcome back. As we left off, you guys had just sort of taken in the victory, met up with your friends, agreed to meet them back at Thena's Forge later before the celebrations tonight. You are in. Yes. You are in a like a small abode, fairly simple. Most things in here are broken, like a table and chairs like knocked over and things, and you could tell that whoever it was that was living here was in a hurry to leave. What would you like to do?
What time is it?
I'm going to take off my armor. It's safe in the city now.
It's like I would say mid-afternoon, say like 4 o'clock.
Got it.
now. Like there's been quite a bit of time that has passed since you got up.
Are we gonna?
Short
you guys,
rest
are we
away.
gonna like take a rest before we do anything else?
Yeah, I mean, if you're not like actively doing things, you're fine right here to take a short rest.
Yes.
I'm going to go up on the roof of the building, and I'll be outside, you guys. I'm just gonna go up top and kind of, on the roof and look around.
Yeah,
And
you're able to do so. It's not a particularly tall building, but if you head around the back, you find like a small
okay.
fire escape style set of stairs that takes you up onto the roof. As you walk across, if you go all the way to the front, you can see like the celebrations going off into the distance across the main street that you're on.
All right. I'm gonna sit down kind of in the center. I'm gonna sort of meditate, sort of try something new. And I'm gonna start talking. And Bahamut, I don't know if you can hear me. Haven't really thought about you much since we left Vargaden, and it's been pretty a lot's happened since then. We were on the coast, met some really bad people and really good people there in a little town, and then we went to Port Balder. We met some really wonderful people there, and then maybe you saw what we just went through here, and it's been pretty rough. But I had a period of weakness where I wasn't really acting like I should have been. And I know, based on what I remember my mom saying when I was really young, that's not something that you would approve of. And I just want to say that I will try to do better in the future. But I'm gonna try to come to you more and talk to you like this. I don't know if you can hear me, but I want to honor you. And I really hope someday that Mom can tell me more about you. And that's I guess that's it. That's all I know what to say.
Give me a religion check. As you kind of grasp the symbol of Bahamut that you wear.
16.
16. In this meditation, you do your mini sort of confession, and center yourself. Nothing comes to you, but you feel sort of the breeze across you. You realize that your breathing has completely centralized. You feel better, but you don't know if you're not practiced in speaking to the divine.
Okay.
There is a weight lifted off you, just kind of admitting the path that you went down was maybe one darker than you should have.
Okay.
Do you stay up there?
I'll stay up there for an hour or so.
Enough to get a little rest?
Yep.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, after my short rest and cleaning up, I'm going to take off my armor, maybe store it in Rose's bag if possible, and put on my nice clothes because it's party time.
I'm gonna put on my fine clothes too, because I have some in my inventory.
Fantastic.
I will say, I think Adeline is kind of finds her hand kind of going to that pocket a few times and is just she doesn't touch it or anything, but she will kind of, to stop her own fidgeting, she's going to cast Mending on the lining of that pocket to just seal it. So she has that dust sealed into her vest at the moment.
Okay. Yeah.
But then she puts on her fancy clothes, which is still the same thing with just more accessories and ruffles that just buckle onto her sleeves and her necktie and
Excellent. Rose?
I would rest a bit and go sit down next to Lost. I feel like just being around you now for as long as I have, I'm starting to really understand who you are, where you've come from, the things about you, your whimsy way of being. And it turns out I was really thinking about that, and I don't know, something happened, and then I'm gonna turn invisible. Can you see me right now?
How does it look when you turn invisible?
You what?
I would think that almost like golden dust, just kind of and then it as the dust falls, there's nothing left.
Yeah.
Are you still heroes?
I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you managing this?
I have no idea, but I've been just thinking about where you're from, and a lot of my magic pulls on things of shadows and necromancy and things like that, and of course I have divine magic as well. I'm actually talking with my hands right now and being very full of gestures. I don't think you can see me, but I just want you to know I'm still here, and then this kind of happened. So I don't really know, but it almost seems like my understanding you and where you come from has increased my knowledge enough to be able to do other things. I don't know.
How do you feel though? Do you feel any different?
You know, Lost, I live so close to the light. Being celestial, or from a line of celestial people, and an ASMR. And it's like I touch the shadows.
That may not be a good thing.
I'm
Be
gonna
very
come back.
careful.
I'm gonna come back where you can see me again.
The taint from the shadow realm and the plane of shadow and what's affecting my people, it's not a good thing. The power may seem enticing, but the taint, it's not a good. The taint.
Jesus Christ.
The
Don't break.
taint
Stop it.
of the shadow. Yeah.
Okay.
This is like Dragon Age Origins. All of where like in the beginning they're like, you have to drink the taint. It's like, so serious. It's like, can you hear yourself?
Yeah, he only brings up the taint now that he's taken all of his armor off and he's only wearing his loincloth.
The dirty taint of the Shadowfell. No.
Well, I definitely said... Anyway, yeah.
I'd be wary about of the power.
I don't know. If Eastus didn't want me to have this power, I wouldn't have it.
It also
That is
could
how
be
fate
that
works.
your light and Eastus's presence in your life might protect you. So do you mean we're closer? Like family?
I mean, potentially. I don't know. I just feel like being exposed to your world has affected mine.
Do you know what celestials? You're a celestial, right?
I mean, I'm not a celestial, but I have celestial blood.
Oh. In your culture, your family, do family members owe each other debts? Just ask. No. No, we're being
Well,
that
to
we're
be
closer and
truthful
all now.
here, Lost. I don't really know. My aunts raised me because my parents died when I was younger, and they also have celestial blood, but I don't know as far as debts are concerned. That was usually Lily's bit, and she's not with us anymore. She's, for all that I understand, with the Raven Queen.
It's a little bit of a forbearance. Debts on hold. Okay. I can work with that. What else can you do? Aside from going invisible. That's a very useful ability.
I don't know. Hang on. She's gonna like think really hard, and then she's gonna turn into Lost.
What the? I can't even do any of that. What do you mean is my being around me is rubbing off?
I don't know. It's part of the. I don't know. But I look like you now.
I mean,
No, this is what you look like.
see the
No,
resemblance.
this is what you look like.
I mean, I don't have a mirror in front of me now, but I
Yeah,
feel
you
like
basically do.
I feel like I'm a little bit buffer, a little bit more defined, and you know,
I mean, you might be slightly taller because I can't really make myself.
the
that much taller.
proportions are a little bit off. Like,
Are you guys in the room where this is happening?
You guys are
Adeline-
talking like
I
you're
think
all in
it's all
front.
in one
Like,
space. Yeah.
So Adeline stands up and she's like, wait, are we doing this now? And she'll use disguise self to turn into a really beefy version of Lost.
That's not what you look like. This is.
Are you
You're like
kidding?
doing the Spider-Man
This
thing.
is it. This is you.
it's
all
just
the
like
time.
Johnny Bravo's body. With all said. So these teeny tiny little legs and like a giant upper body.
Anyway. And then she'll drop the spell. I mean, I don't have like unlimited use of those things, but
But that's amazing.
it could be
I'm a
helpful.
little bit jealous that I can't do those things.
I don't think. I mean, I'm not cool like Adeline. I can't make other people invisible.
I mean, but I
She's
can
still flexing
I
as
can
Lost.
sense things a lot better now. My hearing, my touch, my feelings have been a lot better. You know, I thought the other day I could hear Adeline's heartbeat.
What?
Yeah. I thought I heard yours
What does it sound like?
beat a little faster around a certain person.
Which one? What certain person? Which her heart rate will increase now because she's like really nervous about that.
Anxiety, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It's just a new thing that's happening. You know, I've been after that that one my rear my rear
my taint, my rear.
like, it has to do with ass. Like my rear.
Are you talking about Tira?
What's that?
Tira?
Tirar.
Oh, yeah.
After I was struck down and I couldn't sense him, I could never let that happen again. So I've been working on my senses. While everybody else is sleeping, after I was done with my meditations, I was working on my senses, and I've seemed to be able to hear and feel much better.
That's incredible. In fact,
Yeah, Lost. Like you when you saw that Rose disappeared,
Mm-hmm.
if you had focused, you would have been able to know just where she was.
That's so cool.
it's almost like the things that are changing with us are kind of, I don't know, like setting us up for, I don't know, to win the next one. But honestly, if you can hear people's heartbeats and feel where they are, like, that could be very helpful, especially if you could tell me, you know, hey, someone's down, you know, and I could get to them quickly and take care of them. And, you know, these are things that we could work together on.
I mean, yeah, it's not as cool as looking like me or turning invisible, but I guess, yeah.
Yes, the point of this conversation was that it's cool to look like you, so I'm glad that you got that.
Yeah.
Adeline is still Johnny Bravo Lost, just
Is she
pulling
alright?
like ooh girl poses and things.
I do that on the internet.
Is she all right?
You know what? I couldn't see, but I think she's.
Wait,
I don't. I mean, she was around all that powder.
I know.
You know, I mean, I would have if I was anywhere been sleeping.
Okay.
Powder. I think that's what I'd call it if I was going to sell it. Powder.
Powerder.
Powered powder.
Got it. Yeah.
I love that.
But to be serious, I actually did see, and this is now being quiet, very quiet. I actually did see her take some for herself. She has not used it. It is in her pocket, but that's what I saw.
I mean, I guess it's good that it's inert.
You know what? That's where we're at. We don't know what's coming. We don't know what's next. We don't know how to defeat or change any of this, but, you know, every single step, be it good or bad, it's at least shedding light on those things. But we need to keep an eye on her. As a protection. Just so you know, like, she's family. Okay. I guess we're family now? Is that what we're saying? Are we saying that? Am I like your little sister now?
We're all army mates.
It's
Is that
true.
the term? Is that the term? We're all.
I don't know what that term would be. We are in the army.
I've never been in any
together.
formal military.
They're-
Formal military, but
I think the proper term is fate mates.
Love it.
fate mates.
We are fate mates.
Fate mates and powder. Don't say we never came up with something great.
We are killing this.
We're killing something, and I think it's Jay's soul.
It's Gahlia. Sorry.
Anyway,
Anyways, I'm gonna get spiffy because we're gonna party.
yeah,
We saved the city.
we did.
I think our accomplishments have literally escalated and escalated. We saved the city.
Yeah, it was a whole city this time. It was really hard. Hey, just between you and me, I almost died back there. Does anybody have the ability to help me if I die?
Well, if we get some,
If we earned some
Potions?
coin,
if we get some potions,
You're
I
on the
think.
roof.
No, I came back. I came back when I walked in when I was.
But you
talking
didn't
about
hear
fate
me
mates.
say just between you and me.
Oh.
Sorry.
I thought you meant just between me and all of you.
No.
Kai is just hanging from the rafters in the background.
I'm just kidding.
No, we don't have.
That was the first thing that crossed my mind when I could barely take a breath. After it was so cold. So cold. We may need to look into that soon.
Or just be more careful.
Yeah. Anyway. Maybe I'll
Or
rebraid
get you
my
some
hair. I don't
armor.
have fancy clothes. What?
Get you some better armor.
Oh,
I
I
mean-
guess I could.
I mean, Athena. She might be
yeah.
able to cook something up.
We don't have a ton of money, though, so I don't really know.
But we have hero clout. I don't know if that's what we call it. Is that a currency? Hero clout?
We can always see. I'm taught to be humble, so
I'm
don't-
taught not to be humble.
Maybe we can learn a little from each other.
Okay. All right.
And we'll take that beat. Dead Aussie Gamer, Dag, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Huge raid. Hello. This is our pre-Gen Con stream, man. I don't know. You go in there. You're running games and things, so we'll hang out, right? moving somewhere else within the abode. Rhapsody, as you kind of sit, go through sort of your breakdown, like taking off your weapons and things and laying them out in your ceremonial kind of fashion. Just that repetition of breaking down, that soothing pattern that you go through. As you go to grab Korum's dagger, you feel another from the dark red stone in the hilt.
Okay, I will take it with me, kind of like move to the kitchen space, kind of like at the same time that all this other stuff is happening, and kind of like scour for anything to prepare food-wise that hasn't been perished in the time that this house has been abandoned. So maybe like potato or something easy to make. As I am preparing the food, I will also kind of meagerishly open the hilt of the dagger and see if there's a message to read.
Are you trying to do this? Well, you're kind of in the kitchenette area, so yeah, you're not really around anyone, so that's okay.
I'll glance up, see Adeline imitating Lost, and be like, they're not paying attention to me.
I think I'm fine. Yeah. So you take the note and unfurl it, and it is in Korum's hand. And it reads, "A golden light, you say? That's no teaching of mine. But, that being said, you do have links to other areas that I'm not familiar with. Curious. I would like you to keep me in the loop, as it were, about this curious light of yours."
He'll read it over for a bit, like commit it to memory, and then I can't remember, do we have to put the old scroll back into the hilt, or is it just like one and done sort of thing after you decipher it?
Yeah, like you can use the back of the same parchment. You know that once you like put it back into the hilt, that original message is gone. So you could either put it back in the hilt and then reply to it later, or you can turn it over, reply on the other side. That message would still go through.
Okay. Remembering that, I will commit it to memory and then just put it back into the hilt so that it refreshes the parchment to respond later when he thinks of something. But he will make the potato bites for everyone and kind of like offer it to all the people in the room. So if anyone's recovering hit die during our short rest, you can roll an extra 1d8 die to go with.
These are like loaded tater tots. Like, these are good.
They got bacon on them.
It's almost impossible how he put together such a good snack with what he had around him.
As I give Kaya his, I'm gonna say, you know, one of these days I'm going to give Eric a run for his money, Kaya.
You know, Honestly, brother, I think you already do.
Oh, you get 2. But you can still only roll 1d8.
I say a lot about Arik, and I think a lot of it was just the experience and eating in such a nice place. I've never eaten anywhere like that before in my life, and I think that's what I'm remembering. But obviously, it doesn't compare to the bond that we have, and your food is just as amazing and just as tasty.
Well, thank you, brother.
Thank
So,
you.
What is your plan? You guys, yes. Adeline does have a flex point. What is the plan? Do you guys need to do anything before you head on to Athena's or
Party.
Adeline, could you do me a favor?
Yes, and she'll drop the lost thing.
Oh,
It's on all the time.
could you I only have this one really nice kilt, and it's it's gotten kind of bloody over the last few days.
Say no more. And she'll go and she'll prestidigitation it, and she'll also cast mending on any little places with like rips or anything, and just kind of like neaten him up. And also like maybe she takes like a brooch out of her bag. She opens up like a jewelry box because like she would bring one on the road, and like pins like a little sapphire brooch on his like little bandana. It's like, look at you.
Oh, thank you.
Laundry is
I
okay.
kinda beam
But
a little
hard
bit.
to line at sweeping.
What lost?
I think that was Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'll spot clean, but I'm not cleaning a whole cathedral.
Cool. Does anyone need to do anything before you head off?
No.
Cool. All right. We'll fast track all the way to Athena's forge. You guys can go in through the front door if you want, which you've never been through the front door. But these large, like sliding barn door out the front of Athena's. So whoever's first kind of grabs it and slides it out the way. And you see what you're used to seeing with the furnace at one side. Athena has been at work. She's got her like large, like big, thick suede gloves on, and carrying one of her hammers, and she tosses it down and says, "Ah, so you've finally shown your faces."
They're cleaner now.
Yeah. I wish I could say the same. But I do have something for you, pointing to Lost. It says, you seem to take to the glaive pretty well. And so I didn't have a ton of time to craft something completely new. But I was able to take some of those links from the glaive and apply them to your chains. And as she turns and holds up your spiked chains, you see every so often there is a golden link in between, like a brassy kind of golden link in
From the
between.
blade, that's
Yep. And so you get to keep the effects of the glaive, but they now apply to your chains.
ooh, so cool.
So they are extra heavy. You get that knockdown effect, you get the aid effect and things.
didn't even know there was a knockdown effect.
Yes, if you crit, yeah.
Better read.
I had read.
Yeah. So it's good that I give you guys all these things. It's nice
I
to
wouldn't
know
know
that
anything
you.
about that at all. And my shield that is always forgotten.
Yes, if you roll a natural 20, I believe they have to make a strength saving throw or they're knocked prone
Oh,
from the
that's
weight
right.
from the weight of the glaive or now the chains.
Cool. So it was called the shackled glaive. Now it's called the shackled chain, which is kind of redundant. Nice.
It's almost as if I found something with chains to give you. Yeah, almost.
Thank you, Athena. This is beautiful, and with the history that came with the glaive, I'm honored that you would share this with me.
Yeah, as you kind of receive the chains and hold them out, she grabs one of the brassy links in the middle and says, "Remember your family and do our friends proud." She lets go.
Very nice.
Well, should we go and celebrate?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. She takes her gloves off, slaps them down on the table, and says, "Well, let's go." Grabs the door, slides it all the way open, and you guys head out into the streets, which by this time are starting to come alive under the sort of. This is like Heliacal is like a hot place, and so you kind of have that almost like Mediterranean like night feel where it's still just almost like a warm blanket, kind of warm in the air with like just a drop of humidity there, but it's not like the sun is gone, so there's no like crazy burn or anything like that. It just feels good to be out in the night air. There are people sort of rolling out kegs and things and standing them up and starting to tap them and things, like hammering them in. The place is starting to come alive. What would you guys like to do?
Is there music?
There is, yeah.
Adeline's just immediately like twirling, like in front of any music that's being played. She's a twirler. She likes to sit.
I want to find the nearest, like, what would look like a bartending, like, table or someone that's selling liquor.
Okay, yeah. I mean, no one is selling anything. Like this stuff that they're rolling out has been kind of collectively brought together from not that Kaya would know, but from like various inns and areas across Heliacal, and also a lot of very nice things, possibly taken from some prior council leaders.
I want to go up to one of these tables and ask, I want the hardest, strongest liquor you have, and give me 5 of them.
Yeah, so there's like an elven man behind like these kegs and bottles and things, and he goes, okay. And he kind of turns his back to you, and you hear several like corks like being pulled and like being poured into this glass. He turns back and it's just black. He just hands it to you. He says, "This should probably get you going."
Or well, Yeah. Do you? Well, I wanted 5 separate glasses. Can
5
do you have more?
those. All
Yeah,
right.
I wanted.
So eventually, both of these like, okay, there, here you go.
All right, and I'm gonna turn and walk back, and I'm gonna like try to give each of you one. I'm gonna say, here, everybody take one before I drop one. All right, and I want to propose a toast. Here's to
Did you get one for
Fate
Dina?
and yeah, let me go grab another one here. You can have mine. I'm gonna go grab another one, and I'll go back and get another one and come back. I'm gonna say, all right, where was I? All right, here's to Fate Mates, the best battle buddies.
Battle buddies.
A person in this army of fate could ever want or hope for.
To the army of fate.
Fate Mates. I like that.
To the army of fate.
And I take a sniff of it. What does it smell like?
Like Jaeger.
Oh, I hate God.
That's terrible.
I don't want to be rude because this is a Kaya thing, so I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, I drink it.
You know, this smells like Christmas, or this smells like what our winter holiday.
solstice.
Athena says, to the army of fate, and to Heliacal, and to getting fucked up! And like, next the whole
Heliacal.
thing, goop, goop, and you watch it all go down.
Yeah, I drink the same way because I am not gonna get bested.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm gonna drink half of it.
Wait, what's my con save? Let me see
Make a
here.
con
Make a con save.
Oh, that's my good one.
Yeah,
That's my
you
good
drinking
one.
this? Yeah.
Do I have to take? I just take a polite sip.
You're fine.
Okay.
It goes straight to your head. But
Oh
you're
my
fine.
God! I rolled a 1, so 7.
You get halfway down, and you're like, oh no. It's not just going down, it's coming up.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
And you
for
instantly like lean forward and fill up the glass and it overflows.
I mean, Kyle, what is this shit?
You know, it tastes like this horrible, like we had when I remember as a kid back home, there was this candy. It was kind of rubbery, and it just tasted horrible. And that's what this tastes like.
I'm like paler than my normal pale. Shadow elf pale.
Lost. I've never seen a drink disagree with you.
This
Perhaps
tastes
calling it a drink is
tainted.
generous.
Athena is rolling, laughing, and stands up and just says, looks like you left all of your strength carrying that glaive. Left you with a weak stomach.
Athena.
I rolled an
Somebody
11.
need some fire brandy. I'm gonna go look for some fire brandy. This
Okay. I mean, there are plenty of dwarven soldiers across the way. It would be easy for you to come upon someone that was keeping a nip on them. An 11, you said? You feeling it, girl? It's it's right there. Like you're beyond that buzz. You're good.
Great. Because I was gonna look for David, but now I'm really gonna look for David.
I'm just gonna say I'm taking like a drink every once in a while. Just
Adeline takes one sip and then proceeds to like twirl more, and it just empties all over the ground as she's like spinning with it.
Yeah, and like nobody cares. Like nobody owns this stuff. Everyone is just so elated in the streets and celebrating the freeing of Heliacal. It's just this overwhelming feeling. And I mean, you guys have been to celebrations and things before, even together, and there's nothing like this feeling that is just in the air. It's like it's reached this another level of elevated, just pure joy. So you going to find David? Okay. Yeah. I mean, roll a perception check. I would say with disadvantage. With
Shit. Natural 20.
with disadvantage.
And then, oh my god, I rolled another fucking natural 20.
Oh my god. It's fate.
So
It's
20.
amazing.
Fate really ships it.
Yeah, I would say with 2 natural 20s with disadvantage. That's stupid.
This is such a dumb thing to have. Anyways.
You like finish your gulp of drink and start feeling it hit you, and you turn around and he bumps into your stomach. Like,
It's the
Oh.
ships this.
there you are.
Hey, I was looking for you. Do you want a drink?
I'm good.
It's not good. And she'll toss it to the floor.
You alright?
I don't drink much. I almost died today. So I thought maybe I should drink every once in a while because it seems like it's fun for some people.
You almost died?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm glad to see that you're okay. Were you injured at all?
No. I think Mr. Lost's tightening up of my armor and things did wonders. I had to ditch the helmet though. I'd take a couple of steps and it would fall out, and I couldn't see
I
anything.
mean, it wasn't made for you. That's totally fine. You know what? Lost is my family now.
I love drunk Rose.
That's nice.
So he's taking care of you because you're someone worth taking care of.
Oh. And his cheeks start to go like red. I'm happy that you think that of me.
Oh, you knew that already.
Maybe, but saying out loud is a little different.
That's true. So yeah, I almost died today. I'm glad you're okay. Today was a lot. There was a demon literally coming through a portal in front of me. I was outside of a window, but it was still in front of me.
Yeah, word is getting around about that. But it's true.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, they're gone now. We took care of it.
This is a lot.
Yeah, right. You should have drank the drink. Maybe a better one.
Yeah, still no on that
Right. Maybe we find a better one. Let's find a
one. Maybe. And so yeah, he'll take you towards like somewhere with it, just like tapping a keg, and you're able to kind of get like an ale off of it, and he kind of gives it a sniff and things. He says, "It's not wonderful, but
It's better, right?
oh, I mean, it has to be."
I agree.
And so he hands you a mug.
I will cheers with him.
Yep. Yakada.
Yeah, Kra. What does that mean?
It's dwarven for good health.
I am all about good health. So, yes.
You and your friends or family or whatever they are now to you, you guys are pretty incredible.
We do a lot together, and it is just fate that we are together, and I don't know, just every day we do something. I feel like I'm rambling. Am I rambling?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I don't think it's that special, but then you kind of think about it and it's like, maybe it is. Then it's like, well, if today was as bad as today was, and this isn't even like, there's all kinds of shit happening. Oh, excuse me. There's all kinds of stuff happening. And this is only like the beginning. It could be really crazy down the road. What we might end up coming up against.
I killed a gnoll today.
Hell yeah, you did. She'll high five.
Yep, he high fives you back, like very awkwardly. So yeah, well, he almost killed me first, but yeah, was on top of me almost, and he lunged in to bite me, and so I just put my thumbs into his eyes and pushed in until he stopped.
Sorry, I'm not
It
laughing.
was strange to feel the life leaving it.
Have you not ever killed anything before?
No,
Oh. Are you alright?
no. I'm sure I'll be fine. I'll just push that down.
You know, when I was little, I would go out with my dad. He taught me how to use a bow. That's why I carry this short bow. And we would hunt. Hunt for, you know, food. And I remember the first time I killed something. It was worrying. But it was dinner. It gave us sustenance. And in the end, that was just the way it had to be. You were given a choice. Die or don't. And you chose not to. And you don't need to feel anything but proud of that.
Yeah, maybe in time once I've dealt with all of that. I hope that's the end result.
Yeah.
But let's get you back to your friends, family, fate, mates.
I don't know. It's a working title. We're working on it. It's a new one every single battle. We have those now all the time.
Monikers can be hard.
Yeah.
it's hard to commit to one when, you commit to one and then you've got to be known for a long period of time as that name.
Yeah. And the word
It doesn't hurt the workshop.
Right, absolutely. I have a question. Can you trust your dad with all of this stuff? The
What stuff?
Druidite?
Oh, not the weight of mortality that I'm now carrying. Yeah, I wouldn't trust anyone else with it, other than like you maybe, but
Trust me.
of course.
Cool.
I trusted you enough to bring an entire legion of dwarfs through a teleportation circle.
Yeah. That's so crazy you did that. But it's really good that you did.
Yeah, it was
I
a lot
trusted-
worse than I thought.
Oh. Sorry, I feel like I brought that on you. Sorry.
It's fine.
I only was asking because I feel like all of this that's happening needs, with the Druidite and all the things, it needs somebody who can be trusted. Because it obviously corrupts lots of people all the time. And I was thinking back with your father is probably the best place for it. But I don't know if we want to announce that's where it's going, because that could be like security issues for where you're from, and we don't want that. So maybe like
I
some kind
don't
of
see
secret.
security being an issue at Hobolda.
I just don't
And
want to announce.
honestly, from what we've read and from what my father has told me, it only really attaches to those who are already seeking power beyond themselves.
Oh. Good to know.
It's like it plays with the psyche, pulls them in, attracts them to it, makes them more susceptible.
So, like, in the hands of somebody like myself, who isn't looking for more power because I have the power that I'm supposed to have at this moment, which fate has allowed me to have, and I'm not seeking any additional power, it would be fine.
I mean, I can't guarantee it.
I'm not trying to use it, I'm just saying I'm carrying it around and stuff, so I don't really want to get corrupted by it.
Oh, I see. That's dangerous. So, yeah, I mean, it's pure draconic magic. Unrefined and undirected by a dragon, as there is no dragon attached to it anymore.
Wow. I don't think we realized any of that before.
Well, I mean, you know what it is, right?
Yeah, but do you? I don't know what it is.
I mean, oh, okay. You were doing a thing.
Yeah, I really don't know. I didn't want to sound stupid.
Druidite is created when a dragon that is powerful enough dies, passes on, and their body deteriorates, but their innate draconic magic seeps out into the ground, and it forms these crystals, cases, but it's basically pure, raw, chaotic magic within a crystalline case. Not literally, but
Right.
that's... all of this druidite, it's linked to ancient dragons.
I feel like I could have probably asked you all of this before now. It's great that you're giving me this information at this point in time, and hopefully I remember it tomorrow. But I really feel like this was probably something I should have asked you before now.
No, right, and I would have told you.
I know. I think I was probably too nervous just to talk to you in general. Hey, you know what alcohol does? It makes you less nervous.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you start saying things that you wouldn't have said otherwise.
Rose's Riz is so wild.
Well, maybe if you wouldn't say it if you weren't sober, maybe we should leave it there.
I don't know. Like, sometimes you just stop things because you're silly.
You are?
Like, sorry. You stop yourself because you think too much. And then sometimes...
I do think a lot.
Well, I mean... I don't know.
Rose, I care about you.
I care about you.
And I want to make sure you're okay. And you are playing with things that are maybe beyond your reach.
Just to be clear, you're talking about the druidite, right?
Oh gosh, yes.
Okay.
That would have been such a sick turn down, though.
Gets out a pair of
Write that
sunglasses,
down
puts
for
it on, just walks out. Just promise me, please, be careful with that.
I have zero intention on using it for anything whatsoever, and the one person I'm kind of worried about, I'm watching her like a hawk. Except for right now, because I'm over here with you. But most of the time, I'm watching her like a hawk, so... Trust me, I don't want anybody else to get hurt. It's literally my life, making sure people aren't hurt.
Come on. And he holds his hand out towards you,
She'll grab it.
and he grasps and leads you back towards the group.
Meanwhile,
Is there anything you guys would have wanted to do or talk about, or anything in between?
Adeline will have worked her way deep into a crowd of people and kind of broken eye line with the rest of the party before ducking down a less congested street, trying to find some corner of privacy.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be able to dip into like alleyways. Like these people are like lining like the main streets because they want to mingle with one another. So
Just be super conspicuous.
as you head down the alleys, there's a couple of people just kind of like having quieter conversations. But you can walk past them. Eventually, you'll find an area that is quiet enough.
And she'll go to a secluded place and kind of make sure that she's positioned where like someone couldn't just look down and kind of spot her easily. And she'll sit down and she's going to take out her book and lay it in her lap, open to a blank page. she's going to take out her inkwell and quill and her letter opener, with which she'll cut open the pocket that she sealed before, and she's going to reach in and just sprinkle a pinch into her inkwell. And I want to, with her quill, she's just picturing, she hasn't been able to stop thinking about the setup at the cathedral. Like, she's been doing computations, trying to, like, it's a puzzle that she just can't get away from. So she is going to, with this, I'm going to use my flex point to make, with this imbued ink, she wants to sketch out a diagram of exactly the setup as it was for the portal. She's drawing the crystals, she like has dimensions, she's the portal, and she is trying to be as accurate as she can with all of the distances and the setup and everything. And as she's like drawing this detailed thing through the portal, rather than Inagu, whatever, she draws the astral sea. And below it just writes, "I'm getting closer."
Yeah, flicking back to that previous sort of studious mode that I talked about earlier, sketching out like small diagrams, sort of like a bird's eye view, almost like an architect's kind of sketch out of where things are placed, and then also a more artistic kind of interpretation, like sketch out of what everything looked like. You sign underneath, and as you're drawing and things, you can watch as the spots in the ink are just like glowing and thrumming with that teal white energy. And as you finish the word closer, you watch as all of the druidite lights up and then is sucked into the book. The notes remain, and you hear the word closer. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a cool use of the flex point. Badass.
Ooh. Yeah, I didn't see that one coming.
Nice.
That was such a good game, guys. I really enjoyed that. It's been a while since we've had like a pure, like calm role-playing session.
I don't know what was calm about that.
Okay, but imminent danger not being there. Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for everyone who was watching. This has been really, really fun, and this is our like pre-Gen Con show. So if you are going, you can meet us. We're gonna be there, as well as a couple of others. Mike and Eric are gonna be there, and maybe one other, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, come up and say hi if you are going. I have events that I'm running. One has sold out. Holy crap. There we go. There are my events in the chat. Yeah, the Imposter Syndrome seminar has sold out. But if you are going, I do want everyone like in the hallways, because they only gave me a small room, just a 70-seat room, and I want to show people that this is a bigger conversation. So I want everyone in the hallways. We're going to open up the doors just so that everyone can hear and be part of this conversation. So yes, and then we're doing the Oops All Himbos game, which there are still tickets available for that. So guys, have an amazing weekend. Thank you for starting the weekend off the right way with the Fables of Gahlia. We're going to raid, Pixel Circus. I think Abria is playing on that right now.
Dope.
So yes, drop in, throw your raid emojis down, let them know where you came from, and pick up those bonus channel points to spend on the players in future to get awesome, dope moments like you just witnessed at the end of this show. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. We love you. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Good on.